and throws him out of the bed, all his happiness will turn into sorrow. In short, having no purpose means you have the purpose of self-destruction, or even his own family turns against him. And over the time, he becomes internally very strong. The most important thing to a man is his life, and the most important thing to a life is a purpose. So, if purpose is so important, then my question to you is, what should be the purpose of a human being's life? Before asking what should be the purpose of life, there is an even more fundamental question, and that is, should life even have a purpose, or can life be purposeless? Because once it becomes clear whether life must have a purpose or not, only then the next question arises: what should be that purpose? And if there is no purpose, then there is no point in discussing what should be the purpose of life. So let's begin by asking you your own question: should life have a purpose, or life can be purposeless? Life itself is already giving you answer. You just need to open your eyes and observe. Use your mind to understand. If I had to explain a purposeless life in one sentence, it would be this: if you don't give your life any purpose or meaning, and then in reality you are giving your life the purpose of destroying and ruining itself. In short, having no purpose means you have the purpose of self-destruction. Imagine a person whose life has no purpose. He has no reason to live, no clear goal. So by default, the purpose of his life automatically becomes to destroy itself. At first glance, he might not seem like he is doing anything destructive, but doing nothing is in itself the biggest way to ruin the life. Every morning we wake up with hope, energy, and the promise of a new life, but this person has no purpose, no motivation to get up, or don't know why he should wake up. So he will stay in his bed as long as he feels like it. And when his body eventually throws him out of the bed, he will get out of the bed. But then he will start wasting his time. He might watch TV, scroll through social media, eat endlessly, or sleep again. Full time waste, health waste, and life is ruined. He will slowly start to collapse internally, become depressed, and feel that his life is meaningless and lonely. Eventually, there will come a point when he will regret that he wasted his entire life this way. Yes, this turned to be a very eye-opening and thought-provoking life, and you shared something really great. Whether you opened our closed eyes, in fact, our closed brains. Imagine there is another person whose purpose in life is to earn money, gain name and fame, or keep his family happy, or any such goal. This will serve as a motivation to him. No matter what happens, he will put in all his efforts to achieve it, making even the biggest sacrifice. And whatever he do with this motivation, it will bring him immense happiness, but only temporarily. That is because his happiness is dependent on something external. If that thing slips out of his hand or betrays him, then he is finished. Imagine if for some reason he loses his wealth, his fame fades away, or even his own family turns against him. They start arguing, disrespecting him, and devaluing him. Then what? This kind of people, they become so obsessed with chasing one thing in life that they neglect everything else, losing all sense of balance in life. When that happens, all his happiness will turn into sorrow. And this is not just something new. There are countless real life examples of this in our society. At that point, he will feel completely empty inside, fall into depression, and his health will also get destroyed. He will begin to feel that his life is meaningless and lonely. And eventually, a time will come when he will regret it, realizing that he spent his entire life chasing temporary things. Yes, this is the biggest deception the person gives to the self, that he spends his entire life trying to find happiness in some temporary things, which at the end gives sorrows to him. In short words, having no purpose or having a purpose but not the right purpose, both are the dangerous for the life. Imagine a third person whose life's purpose is to please his creator and always keep him pleased. This serves as his motivation. No matter what happens, he will wake up at 4 a.m., offer prayers, pray tahajjud and fajr, dawn prayer, and engage in worship. Every action he performs with his motivation brings him joy, and he remains always happy. And over the time, he becomes internally very strong. This positivity also impacts his health, keeping him physically fit and well. He feels that his life is deeply meaningful. He never experiences depression and lives a well-disciplined life. He never wastes time because because he simply has no time to waste. He is not influenced by anyone. Rather, others are influenced by him. And there will never come a moment in his life when he regrets how he lived. Wow, he truly lived a magnificent and powerful life. Yes, because he has a purpose. And not only the purpose, but the right purpose. Well, we learn this from our practical lives. But what does our Creator say? Does he say the life should have any purpose or not? If yes, then what should be the purpose? Yes, Allah Almighty says in the Quran in Surah Al-Mu'minun, did you then think that we created you in vain and that you would not be returned to us? In this verse, Allah specifically addresses humankind, emphasizing that He did not create us without purpose. There is a greater meaning behind our existence. Similarly, in Surah Al-Anbiya, ayat number 16 and 17, Allah says, and we did not create the heaven and the earth and that between them in play. Had we intended to take some amusement, we could have found it in our presence if that had been our will. This verse further clarifies that entire creation, heavens, earth, and everything in between, was not created without purpose. Allah does not engage in the purposeless action, and likewise, He created human beings with a specific goal and responsibility in this life. Similarly, Allah says in Surah Sad, we did not create the heavens and the earth and everything between them without purpose. That is the assumption of those who do not believe in truth. From all these verses, it becomes clear that neither human were created without purpose, nor the universe, nor anything within it. You have beautifully explained to us through the Quran that neither the human nor the entire universe, they are not mere playthings. Now, only one question remains. If human has a purpose, then what is that purpose? And this purpose should not be something defined by me or you or someone else, rather by someone who has created you, me, and everyone. Yes, absolutely. Allah says in Surah Al-Mulk, it is He who has created the death and life to test you as to which of you is best indeed. And He is the exalted in might, the forgiving. This verse makes it clear that your life is a test, a trial. The purpose of life is to be tested in terms of deeds, to strive for goodness, and to live in a way that please Allah. Our purpose is not random, but to worship Him and live according to His guidance. This can be discussed in detail, and it should be discussed in detail because it is a very big topic. We will discuss it inshallah in another video because I think this video has already become quite long. Thank you very much for sharing such a valuable experience and knowledge with us, and thank you for you guys as well. And I have a request for you all guys that you also participate in such a good work by liking this video, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.